Now I know what you're thinking. I wish I knew how to play Ultimate Frisbee like all the cool kids. Well, to learn how to play Ultimate Frisbee, we first have to learn how to throw a Frisbee. And do I have just the video for you.
No matter what level you are at, this video is hopefully going to help you learn a thing or two about throwing a Frisbee. In this demonstration, I'm going to teach you the two most common ways of throwing in Ultimate Frisbee, the backhand and the forehand. To learn how to throw, we first have to learn how to hold the disc.
Backhand. To hold the backhand, hold the disc out and grab it as if you're grabbing a steering wheel. Play around with this and try and see what feels comfortable, like putting your finger on the side of the disc instead. Forehand. To hold a forehand, we want to make finger guns with our hands. No, not like that. Play nice, you two. Now take your throwing hand and place your pointer and middle finger on the rim of the disc with your thumb on the side or top.
Perfect. Now you know how to hold a Frisbee. These are the basics, but as you throw more often, each player starts to relax and adapt to their own throwing style. Now, during this video, I might go pretty fast, so we'll add this pause button in the corner for you to pause and practice the moves we're going over, like how you feel comfortable holding the Frisbee, or feel free to pause at any point. And as my old coach used to say, you honor a master until you've thrown a million throws. So if you can't get that one throw just right, don't worry. As long as you're practicing and trying to improve, you're doing just great. Now, here are the 3 tips that I think you need to know to throw a Frisbee. When throwing a Frisbee, we want to pay attention to the imaginary line going down the middle of our body. When completing a forehand, we want to release the disc on our throwing hand side. When completing a backhand, we want to move our hand across our body to release the disc on our non-throwing hand side. It's important to note that when throwing a Frisbee, as we move closer and closer to this imaginary line, it becomes harder to complete the throw accurately. To be more accurate when throwing a Frisbee, we want to make sure to step out. When stepping out, we want to keep our opposite foot planted and step with our throwing hand side. When stepping out, we want to step onto the side that we talked about earlier. So when completing a forehand, I want to keep my left foot planted and step to the right to complete the throw. When completing a backhand, I still want to keep my left foot planted, but I want to step across the body to complete the throw. Now, time for some physics.
But I don't like physics.
Too bad. Because of the Frisbee's revolutionary design, the bottom side acts as a perfect sail to catch the wind that hits it. There are 4 main types of throwing in the wind: upwind, downwind, and then left and right crosswind. For upwind throwing, we want to release the disc low to the ground. This is because the wind will catch the bottom of the disc, pushing it up in the air. And if we're not careful sometimes, it can even push the disc behind us. For downwind throwing, we want to flip this method and release the disc high in the air. The wind will hit the top of the Frisbee, pushing it down very quickly. For crosswind throwing, we never want to point the bottom of the disc into the wind. As I said earlier, the bottom of the disc acts as a sail, and if we point that into the wind, it will fly in a direction that we do not want it to go. So always be sure to point the top of the disc into the wind when throwing crosswind.